Did you know that there was an Upper Moon one even before Kokushiba?
Or that Gyoko once challenged Akaza to a blood battle for his position.
I'm Mr. Phoenix, and here are 15 facts about the Upper Moons that I bet you didn't know.
And make sure to watch till the end because the last 3 will blow your mind.
Starting off with, did you know that the original design of the Upper Moon one, Kokushiba, was not this? In fact, he was first designed to wear a white kimono instead of his dark purple one. This design was proposed in the first place was to match the breath of the moon that he uses, while his younger brother Yoriichi was represented with warm and fiery colors due to his use of sun breathing. Kokushiba was planned to be represented by white, which is the color of the moon. But this idea was later scrapped out of the story. Although I still think that this design of Kokushiba would have been much more fearsome. Speaking of Kokushiba, did you know that his katana actually has a name as well? It is called Gekigari. This name was not revealed in the anime or the manga, and instead was mentioned in Ufotable's internal animation weapon design sheet. Not only his, but all the Upper Moon's weapons have names. Except for Akaza, of course he just uses his bare fists. Next up is a question for you. Which of the Upper Moons do you think has the fastest regeneration? You'd be surprised to know that it's neither Kokushiba nor Doma. It is actually Akaza. Koyaharu confirmed Akaza's recovery speed surpasses every other demon in the verse except for Muzan. This is because Akaza often engages in fast-paced combat which results in high adrenaline states, leading to his cells recovering at a much faster pace compared to others. Speaking of Akaza, did you know that he is the only demon in the verse who refused to use any blood demon art during his initial years as a demon? After being turned into a demon, Akaza relied solely on hand-to-hand combat for roughly 50 years. He saw using techniques like blood demon arts as dishonorable and cowardly. But later on in the series, we see him using his destructive death technique. Why is that? Well, this is because Muzan forced Akaza to awaken his blood demon art after he lost to a lower-ranked demon once, which I think could possibly be Doma, because Doma was said to have become a demon much later than Akaza and was able to climb the rank of Upper 2 very quickly. So there could be a scenario where Doma faces off against Akaza, and due to Akaza refusing to use blood demon art, he is ultimately defeated by Doma. Another fact about Akaza is that his favorite season is winter, and the reason behind this is actually pretty sad. This is because the girl Akaza loved when he was human used to wear a hair clip that was shaped like a snowflake. This is also the reason why Akaza's destructive death technique is also in the shape of a snowflake. This tells us that Akaza still retains some of his humanity despite being turned into a demon. Did you know that Kokushiba was almost made the second king of demons? In a pre-release concept, Muzan once imagined giving Kokushiba an army of his own to rule the eastern half of Japan while he stayed hidden in the west. This was scrapped, however, because Muzan trusts no one. Next up is the time when Gyoko challenged Akaza to a blood battle for the rank of Upper 3. We all know that in Muzan's demon hierarchy, rising up in the Upper Moon ranks must be earned via direct combat. But when Gyoko challenged Akaza for his position, Akaza defeated him in only 5 minutes. The writer Koyaharu drew this trial scene but scrapped it. Speaking of Gyoko, did you know that he has the 3rd highest kill count among the Upper Moons? This is because to impress Muzan, Gyoko once killed an entire village's population and made art out of it. Seeing this, Muzan was both impressed and disgusted. Did you know that Gyutaro's blood sickles that he used in the Entertainment District arc are actually made out of his own bones? That's right, the sickles he fights with are not separate weapons, they are extensions of his ribcage, sharpened over time with his own corrupted cells. That's why they always return to Gyutaro's body after being thrown. In the fight between Doma and Shinobu in the Infinity Castle, Doma was initially planned to kill and eat Shinobu on screen, but the writer thought that this would make the scene way more brutal and very emotionally disturbing. So they later decided to tone it down a little and make Doma consume Shinobu by absorbing her through his body, which was still pretty sad. In his human life, Hantengu has committed a lot of crimes, and the writer made it so that each of his clones represent one of the crimes. Sakido represents violence, Karaku represents lust, Aizetsu represents betrayal, Urogi represents theft. In the Infinity Castle, after Zenitsu killed Kaigaku, many people considered that he has easily become Hashira level since he soloed an Upper Moon. But what if I tell you that was not the case? You see, Kaigaku didn't actually deserve to be an Upper Moon. He was placed at the position on Upper 6 just to fill in the spaces. And at the time of fighting Zenitsu, he hadn't developed his blood demon art to its fullest potential. That's why Zenitsu was able to one-shot him. If they had fought just a year later, Kaigaku would have easily killed Zenitsu. Talking about the Upper Moons, did you know that there was supposed to be an Upper Moon one even before Kokushiba? That's right. In the early drafts of Demon Slayer, there was an unnamed female demon who held the rank of Upper 1 centuries before Kokushiba. She was known only as the Singing Blade and used a breathing-style mimicry to seduce and kill former Hashira. Muzan erased her personally after she started falling in love with her victims. But this unfortunately also didn't make it to the final drafts. Speaking of early drafts, did you know that there was also supposed to be an Upper Moon 0 in the series? Koyaharu Gotuje initially considered adding a demon ranking above all the Upper Moons and existed outside the hierarchy of Muzan. He has no proper design because he was cut out of the story during the early stages. But what remained of his design could best be described as a demon wearing a white mask with eyes, no mouth, and no physical body. He was known only as the Void Eater. He was supposed to hold the rank of Upper Moon 0, but he was not actually made for combat. Instead, this demon was made by Muzan to punish punish any of the 12 Kazuki who dared betray him. Although this concept was scrapped, I think it would have been pretty interesting to see such a demon in the story. And finally is the last fact of this video, and it rolls back to our boy Akaza. And the fact is that Akaza could actually have become a Hashira. Yes, this goes completely unmentioned in the story, but Akaza in his human form was actually once offered to become a Hashira by none other than the grandfather of Kagaya Ubuyashiki. This also was mentioned in one of the early drafts that we lost with time. But Akaza was actually offered a place among the Hashiras because he once defeated a rogue swordsman who had killed innocent civilians. Seeing this, Kagaya's grandfather offered Akaza to become a swordsman, but he denied it since he was not interested in that and instead wanted to live happily with his master in Koyuki. That was it for this one, guys. Make sure to subscribe for more such content and watch this other video which the algorithm thinks will be the best for you. See you in the next one.